Hello and welcome to Inside Thompson Bowling Arena as Tennessee just took down Wofford by 21 points. Your final score 82-61 in the favor of the 7th ranked Volunteers. It was a little bit of a slow start, but by the end of things, Tennessee was able to create enough separation to win comfortably. So let's jump into our thoughts. Leading the way, I have to talk about one of the most popular men in Knoxville at the moment, Dalton Knecht, after leading Tennessee in scoring in the opener against Tennessee Tech, after leading Tennessee in scoring in the road win against Wisconsin. He leads Tennessee in scoring again tonight with a quiet 18 points, you can argue, but he comes out in the second half on fire. 14 of those points in the second half. His final line, 6 for 11 shooting for those 18 points, also adds 3 rebounds, 2 steals, a block, and an assist, so an all-around solid game from Dalton Knecht. One thing that stood out to me, though, was his play on the defensive end. It looked like possibly his most connected game on defense so far this season. We know that's something he's been working on. There was the moment after they beat Wisconsin, his teammates are trying to congratulate him, and his response is to say, guys, I have a lot of room to work on defense. Well, it showed today. I thought he did a good job. The other transfer, though, coming in second place in points. What were your thoughts on Jordan Gainey?
Yeah, a guy, last time we were in this building, obviously they played a game since then against Wisconsin where he played very well as well for Tennessee. But last time we were in this building, Rick Barnes called him the Kickstarter coming in that game against Tennessee Tech and kind of jump-starting that offensive performance. Did the same thing again tonight. Came in and immediately made an impact. Finishes with 16 points. 6 of 14 shooting from the field, 4 of 10 from 3. Hit a late 3 there to add to that total. But a guy that Rick Barnes continues to praise is, after that Tennessee Tech game, he said it would be great if he was that type of guy that comes off the bench and does that for Tennessee's offense. A guy that they really didn't have last year at their disposal. A guy he thinks is getting better defensively as well. One thing I thought was interesting was he said his body is going to adjust as the season goes on, which I think will help him defensively. But right now, man, he's been a spark for them offensively and has played really well. Did that again tonight in a game, like you said, it was a little bit of a slow start for Tennessee. So I don't think they could ask for more out of Dalton and Jordan for what they've given as transfers.
I mentioned the slow start for Tennessee. A big reason for that was the lack of rebounding. At the halftime break, Tennessee was trailing by 3 in the rebound department. They had the lead in terms of points, but the rebounding was definitely a concern. The biggest issue was on the offensive side of things, giving Wofford chances at second chance opportunities that they ended up converting on. And it's helped them stick around because you looked at the shooting splits and Tennessee shooting efficiently. Wofford was missing a lot of shots. The issue was they were getting the offensive rebounds. Tobe Awaka after the game talked about the adjustment from the first half to the second half, where Tennessee still had room to improve in that second half, but were able to retake that edge in the rebounding department. Tobe said that with the amount of threes that Wofford was taking, they maybe weren't prepared for the long rebounds that it created, and that kind of threw them off. They were able to adjust, end up leading in rebounds by the end of the game. It was 37-34 in the favor of Tennessee. So you still want to grow. You don't want to only out-rebound a team like Wofford by 3 where you have the height advantage and you're shooting the ball better. When you have a 20-point lead, you would love to see that advantage grow. But it ended up being enough in the second half. But definitely an area of maybe not concern going forward, but probably the weakest point of this Tennessee game tonight. What was your final thoughts?
Yeah, I think one thing that kind of helped as well for Tennessee is, obviously we talked about it, Jordan and Dalton, what they've been able to provide. There were a few times tonight where Wofford cut their deficit down to 2 in one possession, and you were getting some production from other guys. I think Jonas Adu, Wofford comes out there, and the first shot of the second half is a 3-pointer to, kind of bring some momentum for them. Jonas Adu comes down, hits a big shot. That kind of opens the way for Tennessee to pull away. So obviously he's been playing well the first couple games here. I think led or tied for rebounds tonight with 7. And then Santiago Vescovi missed the 2 exhibition games, had his best night tonight as well, 3 games in. I think finished with 11 points, hit some timely shots. And Zakai Ziegler even went in there and had a timely shot as well. So I think we know what Dalton and Jordan are giving this offense. Tonight you were able to see some other guys step up in some critical moments.
Rick Barnes talked about Santiago Vescovi, Josiah Jordan-James, and said their role is they just want to win and they'll do whatever it takes. And right now with the way that the transfers are playing, Knecht and Gainey, them just spacing the floor, playing good defense, being smart with the ball in their hands, and knocking down shots is going a long way. Tennessee now 3-0, But football with a big game this weekend as well against newly announced #1 Georgia in the college football playoff rankings. So if you want to stick around for that big game this Saturday, we will have coverage from inside Neyland Stadium. Men's and women's basketball continuing their seasons. We have baseball coverage as well. As to stay informed on all things Tennessee athletics, make sure you head over to VolReport.com. Links to everything you need is in the description. Thank you for watching.